Hello, community. Welcome to another episode of Hot Tips Bet, the best tips across Europe. I'm with my Big Daddy as usual. Hello, Big Daddy.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, this weekend it's like we are almost ending the season, and the games that we will be giving you are the teams that really needs the points. So, Big Daddy, are you going to start or I should start?
You can go ahead. You can go
Okay.
ahead.
So my first game is in Germany, Freiburg versus Frankfurt. I'm playing like Big Daddy this weekend. I'm with the odds, the teams that needs the game. I think Freiburg they've been wonderful this season, and it won't be nice if they won't go to the Champions League. It's like Forest. I think they are the Forests of Germany. They've been consistent. They've been playing really good. So and they're playing Frankfurt. Frankfurt is not also it's not an easy game. So I think Freiburg is going to win at 2.40 because they've done everything. Their defense is quite okay, and they've been uh, grinding results. So I think Freiburg to win at 2.40.
The German league. I'm also on that team. Just as you rightly said, and I believe that that winning because of the Champions League sport is the most thing. Everybody wants to go to Europe, and that's where the money is. So and the outright win is just good enough. So I'm also on that Freiburg winning at 2.0.
Okay. My next game is Nice versus Brest. That's French League 1. Also, Nice is also there are some teams this season that you know that okay, the European league is they've done very well. They've been consistent and they have to do things to win the game, and they need this game against Brest. Brest is also playing very well, but lately they started losing games. So I don't know why, maybe injuries or something just didn't click at the end of the season. But Nice, they've been playing well. They won PSG last 3 weeks because I know because PSG they've already won the league. So that might be the reason why. But they've been consistent and they are grinding also results. Nice to win Brest at 1.4.
That's a good odds. My game is in the game in Porto versus City National. And here, the outright win for Porto is to 1.34. And Porto currently standing in third position. And they are already, I think, the Portuguese league have only first two qualifiers, and
Mm-hmm.
they've lost part of that, but they are currently sitting on Europa spot.
Mm-hmm.
And but the gap with them and the fourth position is just 1 point.
Mm.
So they cannot afford to slide away from that as well. They need to meet now while National are bottom in the middle of the table. So for National outright win is 8.50, but I feel Porto is going to keep that momentum on because they need to win this game to because it's only two more games to left in the league. So for a win for Porto, less than 4.5 goals at the odds of 1.75.
That's a good odd. I'm also in Portuguese league. But I'm on Braga versus Benfica. Benfica and Sporting Lisbon, they are on the same point and 2 games to go. So they won't, nobody wants to lose the match. And that is very, although it will be a tricky game for Benfica, but because Braga is playing at home, but I still believe that Benfica have the tools to win the game without any issue because they will be thinking about winning the league, and they are on the same point with Sporting Lisbon with 2 games to go, and the odd is 1.61. And if you want to make it spice things up, you can add like Benfica to win and above 1 goal, and that will give you at 1.8.
Okay, so my next game is Aston Villa in the Premiership playing Spurs, and this game is the question of who needs it more. Aston Villa needs to get into the Champions League slot. It's very very tight up there, and a win for Aston Villa and Chelsea on
Mm.
Friday means that Man City will be kicked out of the top four, or top five, as the case may be. So that tells you how serious it is. And Spurs are already forgone. They know that they are not going on relegation, and neither a win in this game will mean nothing. So I believe Spurs will come up because they have the Europa Cup to play on Wednesday. And so they will come up with a midfield team, all these young boys, just to fulfill all righteousness. So a win for Aston Villa is 1.34. But I am not going because it's quite small. So I'm going for Watkins to score at 1.75, because if they are going to win the game, there's no other person I see that can score for them other than him. So I'm going for a goal scorer, Watkins, to score at 1.75. If you like to mix it up at least to the level of 2.0, you can add Aston Villa to win and Austin to score, which brings the odds to 2.02.
That's a good odd. I'm not out this weekend. I'm not on Premier League. It's so tight that I just decided to just leave Premier League. My next game is in Serie A, Parma versus Napoli. Just what's happening in the what's called Portuguese league. That's the same thing happening in Serie A. Napoli and Inter Milan. 2 games to go, 1 point difference. So both teams needs to win the games. So I'm on both teams today, and Parma versus Napoli. Napoli to win at 1.53. Because if Napoli doesn't win, they will be jeopardizing the Scudetto. So both teams need to win both games to be at the finish line. So I'm choosing Napoli to win at 1.53.
This game, I'm also on this game, but it's quite a trickish game. In the sense that Parma playing at home, Parma always they like to score. They are a team that does not really care about anything. They would like to score. And from what I saw from Napoli last weekend, I'm not too convinced, even though they need this win, because if they lose this and Inter win their game, it means that there's only the difference of just 1 point, and everything goes down to the last game. So they cannot afford to allow Inter in. So they need to win this game. Napoli needs to win it. The question is, we know Antonio Conte team. What is he going to do? They're going to try to sneak one goal in and sit and defend? So if you think, being that Parma likes scoring, Parma very likely to score. And then this goal could go for over 2.5 goals, which is the odds is 1.90. And if you think both teams will score, both teams will score is 2.0. But I'm going in this game for less than 2.5 goals, which is similar odds 1.90.
That's a good odd. My next game also, like I said, I'm on both Inter and Napoli in Serie A. So my next game is Inter versus Lazio. Lazio, they are playing really good. So, but it's like a tricky game. But I'm just going with my guts that if the Inter needs the game more than Lazio, and Inter will come out blazing, they will just try to do everything to win the game. So at 1.63, Inter to win Lazio. And Inter is also at home. They are in Milan. So I think the game is already like 50 or 70% on the favor of Inter. So I believe Inter can pull it off to win the game if they want to win the Scudetto.
So, I'm not on that game because at first, Inter Milan, I'm not too convinced playing Lazio. So I decided to just let the game be. So my next game definitely is going to be the game between. I'm still in the Premiership. I'm going to go with the game between West Ham and my team Forest, definitely. Uh, there is no way I will not be with Forest. In as much I'm rooting for them to actually make it all the way there. So I will be going with Forest. Forest, the outright win for Forest is 2.6. And so I will be going with Forest to win at 2.65. West Ham, on the other hand, if you feel that they could win, because some people think that West Ham playing at home could equally defeat Forest, but Forest needs the game more than West Ham. And I can see that Forest, they cannot afford to lose this game. If not, the owner of the club will not only come down to the pitch, he will bring Bazooka down. So for me, but again, I won't warn away the chance that West Ham could equally nick a goal because the way Forest are playing. So based on that, I decide to go for Forest to win, both teams to score at 5.00.
No, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I have to go to my Polish league always. I have to for our Polish audience, like I have to nick one in. And my Polish game for this week is Pogon versus Chechen. And Pogon, they will have to also try to qualify for the Europa spots. And they've been playing very well. They are at home. They are on the fourth position, and they need the game to qualify for the Europa spot. And they will surely score. I think it should be more than one goal or more than two goals. But uh, for them, it's a banker for them to win. If I want to choose any banker for this weekend, I will choose Pogon. Pogon to win at 1.68.
That's a good one. So I'm here all the way Premiership this week because there are some very tricky games that will determine the top four position. So these are serious games. I'm playing with the game between Palace and City. And these are the same. They will be meeting again, I think, in the FA Cup final, is it?
They're playing the FA Cup final this weekend.
Okay. So I'm going with City to win this game because City cannot afford not to beat Palace because at the end of the day, when the game at the end of the day, you find out that if based on what is happening on the Premiership table, I think the winner of this game of the FA Cup goes to Europa, is it?
Europa, yeah, Europa.
So there's so many implications to it, and for me, I'm with City here, money line, because it will be a disaster team for them not winning any trophy at the coming this season for the net, so that they will be up for this game, which is a win at 1.80.
No, that's a good one. Although I saw the game, but I just decided to leave the game because I know that Crystal Palace they've been in form lately. They are scoring goals and they've won. I think they've won City this season also. So that's why I just left the game. My last game for this weekend is Lipsk versus Stuttgart. Though both teams need the game, but I think Lipsk need it more, and they're at home. That's the main reason why I chose the game, because Lipsk is at home and they will have home advantage and they want to secure the Europa spot. And this is the last game, and they have to go in blazing, last game of the season, and to just secure the last spot of the Europa spot, and it's 2.02, and that's a good odd for your last game in front of your fans. And you have to show up that okay, we want this, we want to be in the European game next season. So Lipsk to win Stuttgart at 2.02. Even if you want to spice things up, like Big Daddy usually say, that add plus 2.5 goals at top. Lipsk to win plus 2.5 goals, and that will give you a 2.65. That's my last game for this weekend.
The last game is still on the Premiership. I'm not with the game with Chelsea versus Man United. For the same reason, I'm betting on Aston Villa. Here you have Man United also eyeing that game because they will be playing Spurs on Wednesday, and that's why both games are going to take place on Friday. And so Chelsea to win the outright is 1.47. But the problem is who is going to score for Chelsea? Because even the Mr. Jackson, the runaway striker, is not going to be available because of the red card he had last weekend. And then, so I decide to go further. Well, I know both teams could score, so I wait for both teams to score at 1.67.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I saw those games, but I said that this weekend I'm not going towards Premier League. It's Premier League. It's a bit tricky this season. I've lost a lot of games with Man City, Man U, even lately Forest playing like that. We thought that they are money banker. Like it's like roller coaster this season with Premier League. I hope next season will be much better. So thank you guys for joining us. Please like, subscribe, and share. I will also need your comments so that we can win together. See what tips you are also choosing so that we can also participate in this game. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye.